Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika and with Saturday night's episode of Iana Fix My Life, child. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But before I begin the review, how y'all doing? Okay, how y'all doing? I hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope you had a good start. You're having a good start to your work week. Um, Also, if you have not, please do not forget to go over and check out Kelly Love new YouTube channel entitled Duchess Kelly Love. His original channel was deleted, and we in the process of righting the wrong right about now. Okay, so I'm going to link his description down, his channel link down in the description box. And if you have not checked him out, please go over and check out Kelly Duchess Kelly Love here on YouTube and get your laugh and entertainment needs and things like that over there, because he provides it. Okay, also please check out Miss Cher's Life. She'll come in and talk about whatever the hell she feel like talking about it, but it's always a good damn time, and it's always positive, and I love that about her. And so I'm gonna link her down in my description box as well. Go over and check her out if you feeling the vibe and the love and the positivity. Please hit the subscribe button on both of these people's channels and the notification bell button. Once you subscribe, will alert you each and every time they drop new content on their channels. Okay, go over there and check them out, honey. I'm telling you, I'm trying to hook you up. Y'all know as we go into these fall seasons, the weather changes. And as fall turns into winter, honey, it is cold. So you want to come in the house and be able to find you something to keep you entertained on the months that keep us from being, half-ass naked and out in the sun. That right there. So go over and check out Duchess Kelly Love and get your entertainment needs. Go over and check out Cher's Life and get you some positivity, some good feelings, and just enjoy the content that she's giving over there. Okay? Now, let's talk about I gotta put it back together, because actually this is take number 3. I tried to do this video twice, and twice I've been interrupted for no damn reason. So we're gonna try to get through it. This is the Yana Fix My Life, 3 daughters, 1 son, 1,000,000 secrets, and this damn show is perfectly titled, because these people had some horrible secrets going on in their family structure. We meet Keisha, age 46, the mother of 3 girls, Alicia, Canicia, and Gabby. One boy, I think his name was Tyrell, who is now deceased as a result of complications from sickle cell anemia. Now, Keisha found out, I think about 5 years ago, that her son, who is now deceased, was molesting her youngest daughter, Gabby. And the way that came out was that Canicia, the middle child, and him got into an argument. And when they were in the heat of battle, she blurted out that he was messing with his little sister. He is shocked and appalled and scared all at the same damn time. He took off running, literally. Keisha, the mother, admits, I didn't know what to do in this situation. I knew that what I had just heard was true, because he too was a victim of molestation. And in the book of her mind, the hurt sometimes hurt. Okay? Then she tells us she was a victim of molestation growing up. And I said, God, y'all, this is all in the first couple of damn minutes. I was like, bitch, okay, you gonna drag me on this one, okay? Now let's talk Canicia, the middle daughter, the one that blurted out that the brother was molesting Gabby, okay? She has held resentment toward her mother for years, because apparently growing up, the mother used to call her names like bitch, hoe, and slut, and think that she was just, dipping and doing it with everybody, okay? The oldest sister, Alicia, admits her mother did do that. Alicia says that she feels like the family just split, but admits she was closer to her brother than her sister. Canicia says she found out at 16 that the brother was molesting Gabby. Canicia told She said she told the brother that he was wrong for what he was doing, but she ain't do shit about it for years. Alicia ain't know nothing about none of it because she didn't learn about it until after the boy had been deceased. Kanisha felt that the brother should have gone to jail regardless of his health issues and that Gabby should have gotten adequate counseling to deal with what had happened to her because from that experience, she says that Gabby has changed. She says that she didn't tell the mom because the mom and her had issues at that time. You know, mom was calling her sluts and stuff like that, okay? Kanesia said she don't know why her mom was talking about her like that. Alicia said because we live in a small town. We live in a small town, and people talk. Now we know now probably it was more your friends being loose with their bodies, but at the time you hung so tight with them, birds of a feather flock together is what we had assumed. So you got tagged. Iyanna asked Kanesia exactly when did she start having sex, and Kanesia reveals that the first time she had sex, she was 15 years old, and it was a rape. She was at a friend's house. Some adult person came into the room and violated her, and her friend was there, but her friend pretended to be asleep and unaware of what had happened. She goes on to tell us that, I didn't tell my mama about this for over a year. To me, that's a problem. That's a big ass problem. All of this is a problem to me, child. If you ask me, okay, this. I feel like that brother should have gone to jail. I understand he was faced with health issues and whatnot, but the health issues didn't prohibit him from violating this girl for many, many years, thus changing who she could have been to who she is now. Okay, I think that the mother failed her when she failed to report this boy. Yes, I understand he had health issues. Again, he wasn't too sick to keep molesting his sister. Okay. Gabby is 21 years old with two children. That says a lot right there. She said she told Kanisha about the molestation at age 8. Gabby didn't know how to tell her mama. She wasn't comfortable with her telling her mama, but she was more comfortable with her sister. So in my opinion, when she reached out to Kanisha, that was her way of trying to reach out for help. And it's sad that the sister decided to hold that information. Kanisha admits she didn't really help. Now she admits that because of that, Gabby is an introvert and doesn't trust men easily. Gabby says she kept quiet because she was embarrassed. And I can imagine the embarrassment of having to tell someone your brother is violating you. Remember, she only 8 years old. Iyanna brought them all together because they have the same story, just a different way of it happening to them. Same script, different cast, okay? Now, at first, they all sat separated from each other. Then Iyanna had them come together to close the gaps. And then we had this scene with a bunch of weird-ass noises and shit. And I was confused. And then I realized that she was creating a scenario for all of them to see at the same time. But watch how their interpretations of it going to differ. I said, okay, I get where you're going with that, Iyanna, because, girl, you had scared me for a minute. You scared me for a minute. Then they talk, and Kanisha shares that she and her brother weren't that far apart in age, and they were very close. In fact, she referred to her brother as her best friend. So Gabby telling Kanisha was to make it stop because those two were close, is what I got. Kanisha said she did stop it, and Iyanna said, no, you didn't. When you did tell what was happening, it was because you wanted to hurt him in an argument that y'all were having. Plus, she said you wanted to hurt your mom because you still held animosity towards your mama for how she had been talking to you and making you feel over the years. Kanisha admits that she felt in college that she was slighted by her mom because when she went off to college, her mother offered her no financial assistance. She felt like her mama was at home helping Gabby with the baby. Gabby tells her that that wasn't the case. That Ashley was barely eating them damn selves and struggling because the mom went from making $19 an hour to $10 an hour, and she didn't want her kids to feel slighted, but she honestly didn't have it, and she broke down and she started to cry. Kanisha admits she didn't know anything about this. Later on, Iyanla tells Keisha, as a mother, you can't show that kind of outburst with tears when they are trying to tell you how they feel. Basically, if you want your kids to think that, basically, if your kids think what they need to talk to you about is going to hurt you, they not going to tell your ass that. And that's the truth. That's why it's important. You ain't got to be your child friend, because I'm not friends now with not one of my eggs. I got 4 of them. But they know that they can come and talk to me. Even though I got that pop off ability about my damn self sometimes, my children don't feel that and they don't see that because I don't present that. You see, all I have ever done with them is make them understand that no matter what it is that you talking about or you done did, come and tell me, because I'm the person that's going to go there to the limit to make sure that you okay. And in this family dynamic, it's clear that these kids did not feel comfortable telling her things. And part of it is because they don't want her to feel a certain kind of way or blow up. That was a very good point that she made to Keisha. And I hope that Keisha, she took this shit. Because that was some necessary type of stuff to tell her, you know. Now, later, Kanisha says that she felt like a bad person growing up because of all the stuff that was said to her. You know, bitch, hoe, slut, whatever. Keisha admits that she did do that to her and she was wrong. She apologized, but she tried to put in a but, and Iyanla told her, no, ma'am. We're not doing buts here. Either when you apologizing to someone and it's sincere, you apologize to that person and leave it right there. It's up to them to receive it from that point on. But don't try to give them excuses, because excuses is like assholes. We all got one. Okay? Okay? Keisha admitted that she projected all of the stuff that she did at Canisia's age onto Canisia. Due to her own molestation, she knew she was out there putting herself in bad situations, and she felt like her daughter was doing the same. She also said she called her those names because those are the things that she thought that folks felt and said about her when she was younger, when she was out there dipping and doing, okay? Child, Kanisha then drops a bombshell that I wasn't ready for, and none of the people in the motherfucking cast and crew of the Iyanla Fix My Lifestyle was here for it. Kanisha said, while they was accusing me of dipping and doing, I was actually sleeping with my female friend. Everybody was shocked. No one knew she liked girls. She used to use the boys to cover up her being with a female, and she said she did it because her mom used to crack jokes and she didn't want to be the butt of those kind of jokes. Iyanla said she allowed them to think that way about her to cover up her truth. Canisia said yes, and I didn't want she didn't want her family to know that she liked girls. In fact, she likes girls more than boys. She said she now holds resentment toward men because of how her father was. The family then gets up and hug her and say they gonna love her regardless of who she chooses to love, and that was right. Gabby admitted what happened between her and her brother. She said he treated her, he threatened her to stay quiet. He would get on the floor and crawl to her and pull her to him and do things to her. And he was telling her, if you tell on me, mom wouldn't love you anymore. I said, child, Keisha, the mom, remembers the time frame. That's when she admitted that she used to stay at work oftentimes because she was in a very relationship that obviously wasn't good for her, because she would rather be at work opposed to being at home tending to her children. And because of her absence, it gave this boy time and opportunity to attack her daughter. And she said that she apologized to Gabby for that, and she want Gabby to be open to heal. Iyanla explained to the mom that you can't hurt for her. She has to carry that alone in order to heal. She got to go through the steps of healing to fully uh, be okay again, at least try to be okay again. And I agree with that. You do got to go through the steps of healing. You got to go through the steps to heal. Iyanla told Gabby it's okay to be mad at your brother and to love him at the same time. I guess that's good advice since he is deceased, but they all have a moment where they speak with the brother, so to speak, as if he was still there. And Gabby says to him, "How could you take my innocence away?" She said, during the molestation, she had wished he died. And then he did die. And now she is just left feeling that she wants to forgive him and she still loves him. And I said, wow. See, that's why I'm telling you that power of forgiveness is deep. It's deep, okay? It frees you, okay? I speak it oftentimes on this channel about the power of forgiveness, and some don't get it. When my therapist first spoke forgiveness, I was ready to move on to another therapist real quick, child. But I tried it, and I found that the liberation that comes with forgiving somebody is amazing. You can't fly with a whole lot of shit holding you down. And I plan on flying. I don't know about you, okay? So I let stuff go, You ain't perfect, I ain't perfect, ain't no perfect motherfucker. If you know that you done did something to somebody, all you can do is offer them your sincerest apology. And it's up to them if what they do with it from that point. Because you are now free. And that's the most important thing in the healing process, is for you to find your liberation. And that girl saying that even though you took my innocence away, you altered my life plan. Even in your deaths, I still love you and I can forgive you. And she gonna have to. Even if she just was saying that on this show, she gonna have to forgive in order to let that shit go. I had to forgive. Forgiving don't mean that y'all sitting around the dinner table, kumbaya and fellowshipping with one another. That don't mean that. Forgiveness meaning that you okay, all right? You did this to me. I'm gonna go on and forgive you for this because I gotta move on from it. And that's what you do. Kanisha says to him, you were going through some things, but it doesn't absolve what you did to Gabby. Deep down, she don't hate him. She still loves him. She also said what he did want. She tried to say that wasn't really who he was, and I disagree with that. That's who he was. Just because that ain't who you wanted him to be, don't mean that's who he was. Because see, if that wasn't really who he was, he would have did it one time and he'd have left that girl alone. He continued to molest his sister for several years. So that's who he was. See, families gotta learn how to accept who the fuck these people like that do stuff like this is. Accept that that's who they are, and then you decide how you want to deal with them. But to say that ain't really who he was deep down inside, that's bullshit. He did it too long for it not to be him. And I understand the hurt, but like I said, the prey becomes the predator. And when it becomes a continuing cycle and nobody's trying to get help to fix it, like mom didn't fix it because she ain't know nothing about it. Kanisha knew about it. She ain't say shit, trying to hold the secret in and maybe shame him at some point into stopping. It didn't stop until this boy got too sick to be messing with her and eventually died. So that is who the hell he was, It. I ain't agree with that. It wasn't none of him. Keisha says she just can't understand why he continued to do it because that is who he is. Iyanla said he was a hurt boy. He was taught that behavior. She said if you live every day not knowing if you'll die, you'll have nothing to lose. Now some people felt Iyanla was giving him a way out, and I don't think so. She was telling Keisha he is who he was. You're gonna have to make peace with that. And you can still love him, but you're going to have to accept that this boy was not together. You might feel like you sane. and you went through some shit, but you came out different. Tragedies in life alter people. Now, sometimes it alters them for the better. Sometimes it alters them for the worse. It is who he was a molester. Shit, he was a pedophile. That's what he was. The son was messed up. He was a messed up individual, and I understand he was hurt, but it gave him no reason to destroy his sister or anyone else's life. But the good news is there's life after molestations. I'm living proof for that. My whole feeling about this is this whole family they need aftercare for real. Because mama needs to accept what happened to her. And maybe because she never did deal with what was going on with her, it's why she was in these relationships that were not healthy going on. And her being so consumed with being in this unhealthy relationship, she took her eagle eye off of her children, who unfortunately, your boy child has been raped or molested before. You should have had your cautions and your antennas up at all times to try to make sure that this boy is okay. But see, that's a part of the generational curses that many of us deal with. It's an old saying that old people used to say is what happened in this house stays in this house. I tend to disagree. Because if what happened in this motherfucking house is hurting me, I'm going to get out here and get some help for it. And in getting help for it means I'm going to have to tell somebody. You only have one life to live. And your life here on this earth is going to be filled with times of trials and times of tribulations. But you ain't got to let that consume you. You can get the help. Black people need to stop being afraid to get help. Because maybe if this boy had been outed and maybe faced some consequences, maybe that girl Gabby wouldn't be the way she is. Maybe if mom had gotten help for how she was after her molestation and the things that she did, she wouldn't have projected that shit onto Kanesia, and Kanesia would not have grown up with this chip on her shoulder. It's just a big old mess. I hope they receive the aftercare that they all desperately need. Rest in peace to their brother, but he was not a good person. Maybe there was some good in him, but life situations altered who he was in the end, and I don't feel no guilt for him. I don't feel no sympathy for him. I feel like he should have been outed. He should have gone to jail, and he should have gotten help for his situation. But he passed on now, so ain't nothing we can do about that. But to the surviving members of that family, there is life after molestation if you want it. You gotta seek it relentlessly. Okay? I hope this review made sense to all of y'all. It's just how I was feeling. I kind of incorporated a lot of my life and my thoughts into it. But I did tell y'all what the hell happened. Please get down in the comment section of this video and let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. Again, my Yana Fix My Life reviews may come on Mondays because the weekends are kind of hectic for me. And it's not going to get no better because I'm going into the season where my side money kicks in a lot. And remember, I am in school and I work still. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm doing a lot of online, but that don't mean that I ain't got to be vigilant and keep up with them grades and stuff. I need to keep my little free monies that come to help me make that to go to school coming. I have to keep that GPA right. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about it, child. That was an exhausting episode to me. Lord, it was exhausting. It was exhausting, but it opened up conversations that need to be had in the home sometime. Yeah, it opened up a lot of conversations. Anyway, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YouTube street, especially if they positive. Comment down in the panel section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know how your week is going for you so far. Subscribe to the channel for the free 99. Hit your notification bell button once you subscribe. And every time that I'm down home these YouTube streets, be it in an uploaded pre-recorded video or a live session, you will be notified and you can come over and join in on the fun, honey. And share the video wherever it is you share videos. I'm been to relax for a little while, and I may see you back tonight for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. If you don't see me tonight, you see me in the morning. Y'all have a good Monday. Peace.